Okay, everybody. So now we're getting into some of the more fun things. What we're looking at now, which we didn't have the last time we were here, was actual analytics on our Facebook page. This is going to show us what the most effective times of the day are to post. So we know we want to post 4 times a day, and we know that we want to post when our fans are online. So I'm going to recap something that I went over a little bit in the beginning with you guys. So one of the best times that we're going to peak on this page, so you're going to look at this for your own page and you're going to write this down. So for this page, we're going to write down 12 p.m. Then we're going to look at the next one, which is going to be 2 p.m. Then we're going to look at our next spike, which is 6 p.m. Okay? We're steadily growing our following, and this takes a little bit of time. But now, since we have these analytics and we know when to post, and our last post of the day is going to go out at 9 p.m. on our 4 post a day schedule, now what we're going to do is we're in our insights section of our Facebook page. We're also in our posts section. So you're going to click on insights when you go to your page, and then you're going to click on posts. After that, what we're going to do is the way you evaluate whether or not your content is hitting on social media and what's hitting on social media is not necessarily just to look at the reactions, the likes, the shares, the comments, the vanity metrics that you're going to get, but look at the actual post engagement. So what we're going to take from this very small sampling is we're going to filter our results by engagement, and you can filter it via post clicks, which is probably one of your more valuable metrics. You can also filter it by reactions, comments, shares, post hides, engagement rate, whatever. So if you want to know what your engagement rate is, now the goal, okay, the goal for a good Facebook page is going to be 20% minimum. So what we're working towards here is a 20% minimum engagement rate as we're building our fan base. So what we're going to focus on are the posts that had the best engagement rates. Now, since we know these posts have the best engagement rates, guess what we're going to do? We are going to schedule those to go out again. Now, you remember the last time that we were here, we actually scheduled a post to go out and we filtered that post based on demographics, right? Well, what we're going to do, because we know that these have a little bit of juice to them, and Facebook likes posts that have had some juice to them, is we're going to go ahead and we're going to repost these using the tool that I've been using throughout this entire time. And what we're going to do is we're going to schedule these for 12 p.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m., and 9 p.m. And I'm going to show you how easy this is with our tool because it takes so much of the guesswork out of it for you. Okay, so we're actually in our Vine enthusiast group instead of our page. So we're going to get into our page. And we see here that we've got 2 pending posts that are ready to go. And then we know we have a third one. You remember, if we go back here, we have a third one that's scheduled organically on Facebook. And we're going to go back and we're going to look at this after it goes out because we want to make sure that when we have these things, like if you go into publishing tools, when you have these different items on here, you want to make sure that you're targeting your demographics correctly. So just to quickly recap this, what we did is we did a couple things that we know boost engagement. We tagged this photo with posts from our store. We're going to add some more things to our store in this series as well. What we did here was we targeted this specific post to very specific people. So you'll have to watch the other video to see it. But if you just want a quick recap here, these are the different pages and interests that we targeted this post to. So that means that if the people who are on your page liked these different pages, so we picked some very high traffic pages. If they like these pages, your post is now more likely to appear in their newsfeed, which helps you beat that Facebook algorithm because you're targeting that post specifically to these people. Now, the other thing that's going to make a difference is posting things that already have some juice. So that's what we're going to be doing next. So going back to what we looked at as far as our analytics are concerned, we noticed that the things that have the higher reach have the highest engagement. Shouldn't be a shocker to anybody, okay? But we also know that these posts performed exceedingly well. So we want to take an opportunity to reuse those since our audience has grown a little bit and maybe get some additional engagement on our page. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our tool and we're going to set the times of day that we discussed earlier in this video. And remember, it was 12 p.m., 2 p.m., 6 p.m., and 9 p.m. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our tool and we're going to go into settings. Now, since we have our analytics and we don't need our tool to suggest the times for us anymore, we're going to do a couple things. What we're going to do is we're going to add ranges. So we're going to add a range between 12 p.m. Actually, what we're going to do is go from 11:45 to 12:15. And we're going to do it like that. Okay? We're going to save this. Then we're going to add our next range because we know the next time that really hits is around 2 p.m. So what we want here is we want something that is going to be around 1:45, and we'll say 2:30. Lets people kind of browse their feed a little bit. Then we're going to save that. We know our third best time is at 6 o'clock. So what we're going to do here is do the same thing. We're going to go 5:45. People tend to stay on Facebook a little longer right here. So we're going to go from 5:45 to 6:45. We're going to save this one more time. And then we're going to add a third range. And we know that our last most profitable time to post is at 9 p.m. So we're going to go right on from 8:30 to 9:30. That way it allows that post to get some juice, okay? Now, as we go further in this and we start cross-promoting and we start adding other platforms and we start doing some other things, there's tons and tons and tons that goes into all of this stuff. So knowing that you've done your homework, you've gotten your analytics, right? Next thing we're going to do is we're going to start scheduling some of our highest performing posts. So how are we going to do that? Well, we know that these really perform the best. So we really only want to focus on things that got some engagement, not necessarily reach, but just engagement. And remember, since this page is new, this is going to take a little bit of time, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start down here, and we notice that we have some people who liked it. Now, if they have not gotten on our page, we can invite them to our page. So maybe they saw it elsewhere, which is awesome. Or maybe they saw it through a share, which is also awesome. But we have the power now to invite them to our page, which is going to help grow your organic likes. So that's an important thing for everybody to remember as we are going through all of this training. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get this link so that we can repost it. And we're just going to do all of this completely on autopilot, which is one thing that I absolutely love. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Embed, and then we're going to go to Advanced Settings. We're going to get the URL of the original post. We're going to go into here. And we're going to post it up here. And then we're going to caption it. So now we're going to use one of our hashtags. And remember, this tool takes a lot of the mystery out of which are the best hashtags to use. And then you can use those hashtags with each post, which also helps increase your organic exposure, because people who are clicking on these hashtags are going to be a lot more inclined to see your post, thusly click on it and like your page. So knowing that, we want to use the things that have had the highest engagement so that we can repost these successfully, okay? So now all we have to do is this. We're going to add this to our queue, and it's already scheduled to go out at our optimum time. So now that you know how to do that, what we're going to go back and do is repeat this process for every single one of these posts. So the next one we're going to go with is this one right here. And again, all you got to do is click on the post to get the post details. And again, this this is something you really kind of need to do every single week, to go in and evaluate who liked the post, who's not invited to your page yet, because anything with engagement, any type of engagement at all, you have that opportunity that you do not want to miss. Okay, so we're going to do the exact same process as what we did before. We're going to click something that got some engagement on it. And remember, this is a slow thing, so sometimes we have to be cognizant of that. But what we're going to do is we're going to click embed, and then again go to advanced settings, which is going to open up a new tab. Copy this post, and then we're going to put it in our fan page robot with a little caption right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to schedule this now. And it auto-scheduled it for the exact right time that we want it to go. So that's the next one. What we're going to do now is go through the exact same process with all of these different pages, with all these different posts.